condition, you have to move. Our Kia Inspire event features exclusive offers on selected models like the Kia Exceed, Sportage, Stonic and Picanto. Get your first 2 services free, 7.9% APR representative and up to £2,500 PCP deposit contribution. Plus these models will be available sooner than you think. Search Kia Inspire event. T's and C's apply. Petrol models only. Here finance ends 28th of February.
So this hour hasn't been a particularly combative one. It's just been one of kind of tacit agreement, I think, with most of us that this Labour policy is a great idea for community service and all the punishments for people who commit antisocial behaviour, but there's just too much of it for people to deal with. That's the problem. And it's not dealt with now. I suspect the next hour will be a little bit more feisty because we'll be returning to our old friends, the unions, and why the Tories haven't carried out their manifesto pledge, which was to control them. Yeah, I know. So here is Flying Bear, who says, Ian, I was a serving police officer in London in 2006. I was assaulted. I received 200 quid compensation. I left in 2014. I still haven't seen a penny of that from the assailant. It's low-hanging fruit, says Bob, the white hat man. And when my neighbour played rock music through the night at the house shaking volume, the council weren't interested. However, they went to extraordinary lengths to shut down an opera company. 0345 606 0973 is the number to ring. Here's Alfie in the West Midlands. How are we?
I'm well, Saudi.
Good lad, good lad. So what do you think?
You can just sense all the frustration coming down your
It's a great idea, isn't it? It's a great idea, but I just don't think it's workable, is it?
No, not at all. It's not solution. And I'm having up and down with the police, but one minute when the message against when the names daughter got pulled over, with that contract with a bunch of guys. She was a big girl. She still is, but
Sorry, who got run over? Who got run over, Alfie?
say again, sir.
Who got run over?
The mate's daughter, a police officer.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she is now, yeah, she is. So he's done the job to and I'm finding that they're looking for the medical name over the one arm, so that should be used. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at the other day when the chamber to the Palestine way. However, second later, I'm down to the nick of dead eye. I'm just complaining to the national officers that I've seen drive past an outbreak. They were being so I'm going to get them. And see the big glass of the bridge of the loose line a dance around it. And,
So there was 15 kids around this old lady. Sorry, the line's a bit sketchy. Yeah, go on.
and the two officers just drove back. And then over the next 3.5 hours waiting for an inspector brackets to take my complaint. So I've got into, one of the bus stations that's open. Yeah, I know a lot of the West Midlands. And the first thing was said, well, don't suppose you've got the legislation budget. More like, well, you're not daft. Yeah, of course I do. Oh, then the description of the officers. And they were given words of advice that
So listen, if you saw the same thing again, Alfie, if you saw the same thing again, would you still complain or would you just say, oh, stop this, I'm not going to do it?
always stepped in. Looked like it was all good to make a step in.
At least 3 reports to the police of noisy neighbours, and that would trigger a community trigger, yeah?
And if you approach the ASB team, which she did, so she's done it like 3 months, and so 3 times within 6 months, she can go to a local authority and then evoke the intervening trigger. The thing is, each council have their own way of dealing with it, so
Right, okay, fair enough.
I hope that's helpful.
It's all good, it's all good. Thank you, Chris to the mill. Thank you very much indeed, Justin. Maybe a couple of texts before we move on to talking about the unions. Could I suggest, sorry, I've read most of these. Could you please mention, says B, that Labour have a costed policy to increase community policing and set up community policing hubs? It seems that the antisocial, tough on causes, tough on crime policy would come under these community hubs, and also new boards, as they've mentioned. Right, let's move on. I'm going to be speaking to a columnist who's saying, why have the Tories still not fulfilled their pledge to scupper strikes? We'll talk to him after the news. This is the story that in the 2019 Tory manifesto, they said, we will require that a minimum service operates during transport strikes. Rail workers deserve a fair deal, but it is not fair to let the trade unions undermine the livelihood of others. The government was talking today with the unions, but still we're nowhere near sorting this out.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC. From Global's newsroom at 5 o'clock, ministers and officials have held talks about the possibility of COVID restrictions on travellers from China. The US has joined Italy, India, Taiwan, South Korea, Malaysia and Japan in announcing compulsory testing for arrivals. China's experiencing a surge in cases after Beijing abandoned its zero-COVID policy. Travel industry consultant Paul Charles says new measures are now inevitable.
I think you can do it in a very targeted way by simply saying to those who are coming from China, either on non-stop flights or via hubs, the Middle East for example, that you show a COVID negative test certificate before you travel, and then you're free to come into the UK.
Russia has stepped up air raids on cities and civilian infrastructure targets across Ukraine. Dozens of strikes on energy plants and substations have caused repeated power cuts in recent weeks. The nightclub in Birmingham where Cody Fisher was stabbed to death on Boxing Day is facing a licensing review. Police are now questioning 3 men on suspicion of the footballer's murder at Crane in Digbeth. Our reporter Ruth Wood has more details.
West Midlands Police have told me that they've applied to Birmingham City Council for the nightclub where this happened to have its licence reviewed. This means licensing officers will be asking for immediate measures to be put in place to make sure of public safety, with a hearing due to take place tomorrow. A planned event on New Year's Eve has already been cancelled by the venue.
Benjamin Netanyahu has been sworn in as Prime Minister of Israel. His Likud party has formed a coalition with ultranationalists and ultra-Orthodox Jewish allies. It's a record 6th term as Prime Minister for Mr. Netanyahu, who was ousted by his opponents 18 months ago. The American oil giant ExxonMobil is suing the European Union over its windfall tax on fossil fuel producers. It says the EU's plans, imposed in response to soaring energy prices, could stifle future investment. In the city, the FTSE 100 has closed up 15 points, 75.12. The pound buys $1.20 and the euro 13. The weather clear and chilly across much of the UK tonight. Strong winds and heavy rain in western and northern areas. Some snow on higher ground in Scotland. A low of -1. From Global's newsroom, I'm Thomas Wallace. This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Ian Payne.
So there are so many strikes and industrial action going on around the country now that every media publication, be it newspapers or online coverage, actually has their own calendar. It's like an advent calendar of strikes, really. In fact, I think the Sun did an advent calendar, didn't they? And the union shows no sign of abating, with Ben Wallace saying that the government was not going to be held to ransom today. Let's hear from the unions first of all. One of the UK's most senior union leaders has accused ministers of sabotaging pay negotiations with striking workers, but the government insists they will not be held to ransom. Let's listen to the TUC's General Secretary, Paul Novak, who says public sector unions could coordinate stoppages in the new year. He spoke to Sheila Fogarty on LBC earlier.
Our unions always been for the long time, but it's not quite what you